Okay, so this is the second day of my great 2-week-long Scottish adventure, and I am here in Glenfinnan. Not that cold, really, all things considered. Thought it would be colder. It's not the best of Scottish days, but at least it's not raining, which is a good thing. Very good thing, the fact that it's not raining, because it's very rare for it not to be raining in this particular part of the country. We're very close to Fort William at the moment. Fort William's about 15 miles that way. Mallaig is about 30 odd miles that way. This is on the road to the Isles. If you head out in this direction, if you can see which way my arm is pointing, I have no idea what's actually being filmed at the moment. I'm just pointing a camera in my face. Always exciting. You'll get to Skye, Rum, Canna, Egg, Muck, which are the small isles. Be heading there later in the week, so you'll be seeing them a bit later on. And Fort William is officially the rainiest, wettest, dampest part of the UK. I've been here this is my second full day back in Scotland. It hasn't rained once, which is great. And in all honesty, this is perfect weather for me in Scotland. Very bleak, misty, foggy, all very exciting. Behind me we have Glenfinnan Viaduct, which has been mentioned on the blog a couple of times, so for those of you who have read every single page, I was like, oh, the Glenfinnan Viaduct, I don't know that. That's the viaduct there. I'll get the camera out of my face in a minute just to show you the views. They filmed a lot of films here. A lot of people will probably recognise it from Harry Potter, obviously. It's been used in virtually all of the films where the steam train goes across. It was also used in Monarch of the Glen, Highlander, Charlotte Gray with the wonderful Cate Blanchett. And I think, as you can obviously see, it's a perfect film location, really. This entire part of Scotland is the perfect film location. Glenfinnan is also famous for being the place where Charles Edward Stuart, Bonnie Prince Charlie, landed on the mainland of Scotland. He arrived in Ariskay, which is out in the Western Isles, and then got a boat and came up the loch, which is in front of me at the moment, and you'll be seeing in a minute, because I have to point the camera in this direction, because the other way is one of the best views in all of Scotland, in my opinion. So he came up the loch on a boat and landed here, and this is where he raised the standard to begin the 1745 uprising, which ended at Culloden, which I'll talk about a bit later on in the trip, if you're lucky or unlucky, depending on which way you look at it. There is a monument at the head of the loch, which is apparently, according to the bump down there, where he raised the standard, which is bollocks, because it's not. He raised the standard further up the road, over there. But if you actually put the monument where he did raise the standard, you'd be like putting it in the middle of a field, which would just be boring as hell. So they put it at the top of the loch, which makes for a much better view and makes far more sense. Yeah, so this is me in Glenfinnan, just wandering around doing crazy stuff, sitting on top of a mountain, filming me talking into a camera. So I'll show you some of the views. As I say, the viaduct is over there. This is the viaduct. Trains go over there, obviously, as it's a railway viaduct. And then you've got your mountains, and you've got your church over there. You probably can't see it with this crazy little camera. And then you have the wonderful view. Look at that. Gorgeous. That's the monument at the top of the loch there. That little bit there is an island, which I've never been to. And you can get there, but only on cruises during the summer. Being midwinter here, there are no cruises, and it's not season, so even the visitor centre is not open. It's great. There's very few people around. There are people around, but there's very few people around. But that's just one of the best views in all of the world, in my opinion. Yeah, this is me in Glenfinnan, second day of my trip in Scotland. I'll be back in a couple of days with another incredibly boring video for you to peruse and then criticise to your enjoyment. But this is Scotland, and this is what I've missed for the last 6 years.